Now, students, so moving on from our last video there, you'll see that I have copied and pasted up all of the walls and this particular apartment with the furniture in it, okay? So I've made sure that everything is as I want it throughout here and in the core areas here as well. And then I've taken all of those walls, including the core area walls, and I have copied and pasted them all the way up. There's my third floor plan. Okay, bring that over here. And you'll see that it's just, I've got a, I like to put a coarse material color onto that as well. Sometimes that can be very useful for other situations, and we'll come back to that now in a second or two. But that's basically it there. Okay. Right. So what I want to do now is go back. I want to show you our ground floor plan here. So you remember in the last video I was talking about taking down the service cores, and so that's where they are coming down currently at the moment. All right. And these ones on the outside are fine because this is where our curtain wall glazing and whatever we decide to do with that will be. These two are a little bit more problematic because they're coming down in the center of the area space there, but we just have to live with that. I think could make them a little bit smaller or whatever else like that. But in terms of the design of the retail down here, I think we just have to incorporate those in. Okay, now, so the next thing that I'm taking a look at here is our stairs, and you will notice that if I bring my PDF to the foreground here, you'll notice that there is glazing inbuilt in here, and that travels the whole way up in that stair core, and now we've got an entrance in here as well. All right, so let's just move that to the background again, and we'll see what we've got here. So what I'm going to do is I probably could take out that wall completely, but I'm just not going to at this moment in time. So I'm going to split this wall here, and I'm coming across here approximately. I want a 100 nib on the outside there. Okay, and then I'll delete that as well. Now that needs to be sorry, that should have been done on the ground floor. Let's just undo that. Okay. Undo. Right. Let's get into the ground floor here. Oh, that was my ground floor. Okay. Thanks be to God for the redo button. Okay, so there's the ground floor. Let's get in 3D and take a look at that now. So that's what's kind of happening there. In the curtain walling that I'm going to create around the ground floor area here, now I'll have that kind of glazed option. Also, I will carry this void here all the way up through those. The downstand beam will stay, okay, because that's providing structure. But if I go into the first floor, and just to show you this, let's get to the first floor, and we're in here. And again, what I'm going to do is using my split element tool, come across 100 here and 100 here. So let's see if we can get that spot on. Now I can take that piece of reinforced wall out. Okay, and let's go into our 3D and take a look at that. So you can see now I'm going to create that void space going up the whole way there too. What else have we got done here? I've taken the transparency off my floor. I didn't need it any more than that. Let's have a look at our sections. Okay, so this is how my section is working out at the moment. And you can see that I've gone in and I've double checked, making sure that these are all perfectly aligned the whole way up. All right. And I found one or two were slightly out. So I start from the bottom and use your align tool to make sure that all the walls are directly aligned under the downstand beams and so on all the way through. So keep checking that as you go along. Here's section 2. You can see a lot of the furniture in here now as well. There is my ground floor area there, and we're coming up through the lift shaft there as well. So what do I need to do here? Let's get into our ground floor. Let's go back to our ground floor. And so I need to create this void in all of my floors. I need to create that void for the lift going the whole way up there too. And that's just a bit of labour's work, but it needs to be done. Now, what I'm trying to do is I'm going to put a flat roof on top of this here, flat roof on top of that there. So in my next video, I think I'll take a look at how we're going to do the parapet here and what type of a roof I'm going to have there as well. So I'd like to get that done. What I'm aiming to get done here is to get all of my structure, okay, to get my structure in place, sorted, all correct, all aligned, everything else like that before we start to tackle the precast units that'll go along here and the curtain walling that'll run along here as well. The ramp's simple enough, and we'll do that in another video as well. So try to get everything set up so that we can have a logical plan to tackle the external facade of the building. Okay? There was one thing I did want to do with you here. Okay, so I'm going to go into my section. Now, you can see that I have a insulated floor there. And again, that's my choice here. But I don't have one here between the basement and the ground floor. So obviously what I want to introduce here, I'm going to introduce some insulation and some screed on the ground floor as well. Now, if I create another floor to put on top of this, which is possible to do, that might be the simpler way to do it. And maybe we might even be able to join the two floors. Or depending on the access here, right, on the access into the building, you want a level access. But I don't think we're going to be leaving that, with just concrete there. There's going to be footpaths around the building and things like that as well. So I think we can well afford maybe to step up here, maybe 150 or so, which would be the 75 insulation, 75 screed. All right. So what is the best way to go about this? Let me think. I'm going to put right. The only difference here, okay, and this is going to make our decision for us. When we put in a floor, it tends to go from the level downwards. All right, the level downwards. So if I was to put in a single floor with the insulation and the screed, okay, it means that this floor would drop down a portion here. Not the end of the world at all, but actually I want it up a little bit here. So I might have to select the floor and lift it up by 150, do an offset that way. I think that's simpler. I like the idea of having, rather than two floor elements, which in other circumstances is necessary, but in this circumstances, I don't think it is. So I'm going to take that floor, I'm going to edit type, I'm going to duplicate it. Okay, and I'm going to say insulated slab. Insulated slab, all right. And with this one, I'm going to insert two. So we bring that one down. I'll bring the core boundary down either side of the structural element. That one will go up. Sorry. I need to bring that one. Oh, so I got that one. This one comes down. Okay. I'll bring the core boundary down as well. So I'm putting the core boundary in around the structural element here. And I can just pop in here now, and that will be my rock wool insulation. Isn't that what I was using? Rock floor. Okay, thermal rock floor. Okay, and that would be 75. And then up here was my screed. So we'll just go to concrete up here. There's my screed there. Okay, and that is 75 as well. Now, okay, now you can see it's changed the whole floor there. I don't want to do that. I'm going to change it back to this one. Now, So what I'm going to do now is pick this one and go edit boundary. And we'll do that from our ground floor plan, like so. And we're going to create a void here. Now, actually, what I'll do is, not sure if I can leave those in at this point, but I'll just leave them there for the moment. So I want this to be on the inside, I think it is here. All right. So, and let's just take a look at that. Okay, give me a message here. Let's continue. And I think that's the problem there. So we're just going to take those out there for the moment. Oh, do you know what I'll do? I will undo that. This is what I should do. I'll bring up my split tool. I'll split that. And let's just trim these two here. And let's get rid of that one. Okay, and I have nothing there at the moment. But what I could do, if I wanted, is now just introduce the cutout for the lift here. Again, split tool, great, very useful tool, that split tool. Okay, and one last little line here. So, okay, something like that. Now, let's get back in and finish those. All right, let's get into the section, see what that's like. Okay, so here is the void. Ground floor plan. Oh, interesting enough, it's actually added that in. Silly me. Okay, edit boundary. Okay, I should have spotted that. But, yeah, okay. Now, there we go. That's what I was looking for. Right, now I'm going to replace that piece of floor. Okay, so we're going to do architecture floor. And we're going to use that new one that we created, which is the basement slab. 3, was it? Concrete insulated 3. I think that was the one that we were using, was it?
Are you talking to someone?
Yeah.
So I can't come in?
Yeah, I'm recording.
So you're talking to yourself then?
Oh, great. Now, let's continue on. There it is there. That's the one I had in mind. Okay. And now we can get in here. And this is what we need to do here. Great, this is a void. Okay, and let's fill it these two. There, and then I'll do the same up here. Split. And now let's get into our section, see what that's like. Okay, all right. I had it at that. For some reason, it came in there at -14. Right now, so what I want to do actually is I want to move this up 150. Now, so I got a level slab underneath here, and I got my screen and various other bits and pieces going on there. These doors will now have to be raised up by 150 as well. Okay, and I'll go through that. Those other items that need to be raised up. Now, that's my thinking at the moment. So, yeah, I'm kind of happy enough with that now for the moment. Might change, you never know.